Texas Governor Rick Perry was in Columbia last Monday. MUTV got an exclusive interview. Here's Christian Picos with the story.
Former presidential candidate and Texas Governor Rick Perry visited Columbia Monday to endorse Missouri Republican Ed Martin, who is running for Attorney General. After shaking a few hands and taking some pictures, Governor Perry addressed the crowd on the importance of youth involvement in politics, especially at the current moment.
And the challenge for you is, are you going to do everything that you can in your power over the course of the next 42 days to win this election for yourself?
After his endorsement, Perry talked about why a man like Ed Martin would be an excellent fit for Attorney General of Missouri.
You need an Attorney General who is smart enough, who is capable enough, who is tough enough to stand up and say, oh no, you're not. And to file suit and to push back hard. Ed Martin is that fighting tiger to turn loose on Washington, D.C.
Before the end of the event, Governor Perry left with a few final statements.
Push back on Washington, D.C. and create that synergy, if you will, of multiple states pushing back on bad policy, whether it's health care, whether it's education, a host of other things. The federal government tries to come in the states and say, hey, here's how you're going to do it. We're kind of like, no, that's not how we want to do it. And the Constitution clearly exempts the states from a lot of things they're trying to force us into be doing.
Christian Picos, 23 News.
Tigers Against Partisan Politics hosted a lecture on Saturday Night Live's effect on American politics with Professor Bill Horner. Kara Tabor and Sam Wade have the story.
September 19th, Tigers Against Partisan Politics, also known as TAP, hosted a lecture on Saturday Night Live and politics, led by political science professor Bill Horner. During the talk, Professor Horner provided an engaging look at the influence of Saturday Night Live and the reality of politics over the last 30-plus years. Here, MUTV provides an in-depth look at the event.
What were your expectations for this talk tonight?
I really just thought it was going to be a really kind of fun way to look at an aspect of political campaigns that aren't usually looked at. And I think it went really well. We got a good idea of how satire can have an effect on political campaigns.
Okay, already, can you give a general recap of tonight's talk and your work on politics and SNL?
Sure. I am working on the political impact of Saturday Night Live, and my feeling is that it's something we ought to take seriously. It's been on a long time, and I think it has a real measurable effect on a lot of political races.
All right, do you have anything else to add?
It was just enjoyable. I think it's really cool that we've got an organization like TAP that's doing events like this and drawing in big crowds of people, and so I think Trey and the other officers in the organization should be commended for doing this. I think it's a great thing.
Mizzou junior Nick Dregge has been working alongside the Missouri Student Association to start up a local food pantry. Here's Emma Henderson with the story.
This is Emma Henderson with 23 News, and I'm here with Nick Dregge to talk about the Tiger Pantry. So, Nick, what exactly is the Tiger Pantry?
Yeah, Emma, the Tiger Pantry is actually a fully operational food pantry for students, staff, and faculty here at the university.
And what inspired you guys to start this Tiger Pantry?
So last January I went down to Arkansas, and Arkansas has a very similar demographic as Mizzou, and they actually have a food pantry that's ran out of their voluntary action center that served at the time 250 plus individuals a week, students, staff, and faculty, and now they're serving 300 plus a week, which is pretty cool.
So are you looking for the same results here at Mizzou?
Yeah, that was kind of the idea. When I saw that and seeing that U of A has a very similar demographic with Mizzou, I came back and started doing some research. And here we actually have 15,000 plus students that are on need-based financial aid, 6,000 plus students that are recipients of Pell Grants, about 1,000 plus students that they're expected family contributions between 0 and 1,000, which are really, really severe cases. And then we had nearly 20 students that reported themselves homeless last semester. Many international students that have problems when it comes to getting across the seas and their funding gets cut, and then they have no ways of paying for for rent, for food, for things that you need to survive here in Columbia. And then on top of that, we have many staff that are paid at or below the poverty level and graduate students that are paid low stipends that have to support families.
All right, so when is the Tiger Pantry opening, and what are your hours of operation?
So we're opening October 2nd, which is, I guess, a little more than a week away. And our hours of operation are on Tuesdays and Wednesdays from 4:30 to 6:30, and from Sundays from 11 a.m. to 1:30.
All right, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
For more information on Tiger Pantry, visit MSA's website. We'll be back shortly.